Good afternoon all. Am I audible? So we are going to start today's answer writing program. There will be 3 questions. Today's topic is public choices approach, new public management, then good governance is there, then other ideas, especially new public service, etc. All these ideas are there. So in this session, we are going to focus on 3 questions. We will be looking into 3 different questions. And the idea is that whenever you want to have, or whenever you have certain doubts, please let me know. We can help in that also. Please let us know. Do follow the channel. And so here we will start. The first question is, has new public management failed in promoting a democratic polity? Analyze in the context of individuals as a citizen and individuals as a customer. This is the first question. Has new public management failed in promoting democratic polity? Analyze in the context of individuals as a citizen and individuals as a customer. Start writing. You got 12 minutes completed by 3:45. Completed by 3:45. Start writing. How to answer this question? Any idea? How did you approach this question? Yes, Amar. Please go on.
Explain the concerns of the NBM.
Yes. After?
Such as decentralization, accountability, which are the good concepts, but we cannot implement it. Then the second paragraph, the NBA concentrate on the traditional concepts and social justice cannot be delivered. Then the concept of government change to entrepreneurial government. In conclusion, there are good concepts such as public choice approach, NPS. While comparing to this, the NBM is not a good approach.
Okay. Any other idea? Anyone else? Yes, Vishnu. Yes.
ഇത് രണ്ടും മാത്രമായിട്ട് എഴുതാന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അസേ കസ്റ്റമർ എങ്ങനെ ഇമ്പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്തു, സിറ്റിസൺ എങ്ങനെ ഡിറ്റക്ട് ചെയ്തു.
Yes. Okay. So that's the basic idea. That is a mix of both what Amala and Vishnu mentioned. That is, you are going to mention about the idea of new public administration. You are going to mention about first introduction. When you write in a question or when you write an answer in a optional paper, first thing you need to understand is that whenever there is a concept mentioned in the question, you should give a definition of that concept in the introduction itself. Here it is new public management. Sorry, I mentioned it as new public administration. The new public, whenever there is a concept, you are going to explain it as such, or you are going to explain the new public management, introduce it as new public management. The introduction should be new public management, and after that, what you are going to do is that you are going to mention about the private aspects or private motives or private ideas or techniques used in NBM, because the question states that new public management failed in promoting a democratic polity. How it is? First one, there is a profit motive. There is a concept of profit motive, and second idea is that we can say it is a hierarchical model or a top-down approach. You can mention that it is again with the democratic idea of bottom-up approach. That is, it is a top-down approach where the idea of new public management is coming from the top itself, or it is implemented by various international organizations rather than a direct nationwide or a people's choice. You can mention that, and also you can mention about the choice. The choice of people has been moving towards the other segment. That is, instead of, for example, public choice approach stated that the choice should be with the people, but in the case of this, in the case of new public management, the choice has been made with the private industries. You can also mention that. These are the ideas related to democratic politics. This is the first part of your answer. After that, in the second page itself, or the second part of your question, you are going to mention about the context of individual as a citizen and individual as a customer. That is, you are going to mention about the ideas of centralized new public management in the lines of individual as a citizen and individual as a customer. For example, when you consider individual as a customer, we can say that new public management was very good, or new public management was very successful in relation to individual as a customer. For example, as a customer, there is choice. As a customer, you have enough output, or you have enough uh, output from the organizational level or the government level. But when it considers as a, if you consider it as a citizen, citizen has wider rights. For example, citizen has the right to choose between the various options, choose between the political leaders, choose between the democratic setup. The citizen has more power. So what happens here is that whenever NPM considers a citizen, or if you are considering, or if you are evaluating NPM on the basis of a citizen, it has failed, because it is just considering you as a customer alone. Customer has limited rights. For example, you can buy the product. If you are not getting the service, good service, you can complain. But see, as a citizen, even if you are not using a service, you can complain about a issue. For example, environment, climate change. Climate change is not affecting everybody right now. Even though it is not affecting you, you can complain about it to the government, because you are the citizen. You are the powerful person in the society. And coming to the last part, that is when you conclude the ideas of NPM in relation to citizen and a customer, you should also mention about the ideas such as new public service. Definitely mention a new public service in the last paragraph, last part of your question. Try to mention, give the ideas about new public service, where instead of a citizen, or sorry, instead of a customer, there is a concept of citizen. There is a choice of citizen. That is, new public service says about, it is not about steering, it is not about rowing, rather it is about giving service to serve the citizen. And the idea of NPS is to serve the society. So you can mention that in the last part of your answer. That is the final part. If you are writing it in a 3-page, after 2.5 pages, or 2/4 of the pages, you can give the ideas of new public service. Definitely give new public service, and explain the new public service also. That is the forward looking conclusion and the answer. Have you got it? Any doubts related to this question? Any doubts? Okay, so we will move to the next question. Next question is, governance is neither a paradigm nor a panacea for all the ills of government. It may be more useful approach when other methods fail in providing public service. Start writing. You have 10 minutes to write this answer. That is, you need to complete it by 4:02. 4:02. Complete it by 4:02. Okay, let's continue. Governance is neither a paradigm nor a panacea for all the needs of government. It may be more useful approach when other methods fail in providing public service. What are the ideas that could be added? Try to participate. It will definitely help you to understand more content, how to place it and all. Anybody? Any idea?
Sir, students ആണോ?
Well, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat?
Students ആണോ?
Yes, yes, definitely you can mention about good governance. Any other idea? Anyone? Yes, Mohana. Yes, please go on. Anybody? Okay, so yes, Hima.
definition of governance. It is a way collectively solving the problems of the society. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് introduction അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് next body start ചെയ്തത് emergence of governance എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് emerged during the period of 1980s as a measure to ensure the effective governance. പിന്നെ importance of good governance എന്ന് എടുത്തിട്ട് ഡയഗ്രാമിൽ transparency, accountability, responsiveness to ensure rule of law, stability, inclusiveness അങ്ങനത്തെ പോയിന്റ് ആഡ് ചെയ്തു. ലാസ്റ്റ് how governance ensures social and economic development ആ ഒരു ഹെഡിങ്ങിൽ കുറച്ച് പോയിന്റ് കൂടെ നോട്ട് ചെയ്ത് കൺക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്തു.
Okay. Anybody else?
ഈ സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ലെഡ് ഡെവലപ്മെന്റും അതിന് ശേഷം മാർക്കറ്റ് ലെഡ് ഡെവലപ്മെന്റും വന്നതിന് ശേഷമാണ് ഗവേണൻസ് വരുന്നത് എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ എഴുതി. പിന്നെ ഒരു ഫിനാൻഷ്യലൊക്കെ കൂടുതൽ ഇവരെല്ലാവരും അവരുടേതായ റോള് ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രമേ ഗവേണൻസ് സക്സസ്ഫുൾ ആവൂ. ഉദാഹരണത്തിന് മറ്റേ 2008 റെഗുലേറ്ററി ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ഓഫ് ഗവൺമെന്റ് വീക്ക് ആയപ്പോൾ അവിടെ മൊത്തം ഇത് വന്നു എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ, റിസഷൻ വന്നു എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ എക്സാമ്പിൾ വെച്ച്.
Yes, definitely good point. Okay, so we are going to answer this question. I hope somebody has some issues related to this. First of all, when the idea is that question asked for governance, you are going to mention about what is governance, what is good governance. That is the first idea. That is, what is governance and good governance. You need to mention about governance and good governance. That is very important. That is very important. That is very important. Explaining governance and good governance, and after that you can address the question in relation to the ideas of Nicholas Henry. Nicholas Henry mentioned that governance is a networked approach. Okay, so do mention that governance is a networked approach. That is very critical, because we can say that whenever you mention about governance, you need to bring Nicholas Henry. That is very important. And after you are going to attack the question, after that you are going to attack the question, that is, governance is neither a paradigm nor a panacea for all the ills of governance. You need to mention that it is not a paradigm and it is not a panacea. You can mention that governance is a continuous paradigm, continuing idea. Even with the development of bureaucracy, or before that, there is governance. We cannot say governance is considered of a collective activity for the social good. It can be seen during the period of kingship also. It can be seen during the current period also. That is, there it is not a separate paradigm, or it is not a separate paradigm within the development of public administration. And we cannot say that governance is a panacea for all the ills of government. For example, governance may not avoid or eliminate corruption. Governance may not, as Vishnu suggested, the example of 2008 crisis. That is, if governance, if there is no accountability measures, if there is no enough measures similar to that, there can be crisis as well. So we cannot say that it is not a panacea after all. And finally, we can say that it may be more useful approach when other methods fail in public service. So you can say how the governance can be utilized in improving the other paradigm. For example, new public management, if we are completely permitting new public management to determine the output of a society, then it will be a private oriented idea. Or if you are giving bureaucracies the complete control over the society, then it may result in the centralized organizational structure and centralized governmental mechanism that results in the failure of public service and public values also. So what we can do is that governance should be intermixed with the other paradigms, including NPS, NPM, NPA, and all other preceding ideas, so that the output of the organization will be people-centric. Governance is an idea, that is, it is a collective effort taken by the government and other organizations, including NGOs, CSOs, private organizations, for the benefit of all. So you can mention that there should be participation of NGOs. We can say principal agent theory. There should be participation of NGOs, CSOs, and all other institutions in bringing up the final output. So the idea is that governance should not be considered as a individual paradigm. Rather, it should be an approach that can be implemented throughout the society in line with the existing paradigms. That should be your key idea. Governance cannot be separated in a separate watertight container. We cannot say these are the periods when governance is there. Governance is there from the very beginning. You can start from the you can also start from the ancient Indian or Arthashastra or Machiavelli's Prince, whatever you want, you can mention it in the idea. Have you got it? Any doubts? Any doubt? So next question, we are moving to the next question and final question. Discuss how the public choice theory promotes the concept of steering and undermines the concept of rowing in visualizing efficient and effective administration. Very simple question. You have 10 minutes to complete. That is completed by 4:20. 10 minutes to complete. Very simple question. You can simply write this. Start right. Okay, time's up. So this is a very simple question, very direct question. Discuss how the public choice theory promotes the concept of steering and undermines the concept of rowing in visualizing efficient and effective administration. How do you write this answer? This is very simple question.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, ആദ്യം ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ തരിക, പബ്ലിക് ചോയ്സ് തിയറി ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ എഴുതുക.
Yes, definitely.
രണ്ടാമത്തെ പാരഗ്രാഫിനകത്ത് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഒരു വെൽഫെയർ സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു, പിന്നെ അതൊരു ഇതായിട്ട് മാറി. അതായത് ഗവൺമെന്റിന്റെ ഇത് കുറഞ്ഞു, അപ്പോൾ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ബാക്കിയുള്ള സെക്ടേഴ്സ് അനുവദിച്ചു തുടങ്ങി. പിന്നെ അപ്പോൾ റെഗുലേറ്ററി മെക്കാനിസംസിന്റെ നീഡ്സ് വന്നു. പിന്നെ വലിയ സെക്ടേഴ്സിന്റെ കോമ്പറ്റീഷൻ ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്തു. അങ്ങനത്തെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറയാം.
Yes. Yes, go on. Okay. Then any other idea? Any other idea? Okay, Hari, 1 minute. Yes, Hari. Hari, any answer?
Sir, സർവീസസ് ഔട്ട്സോഴ്സ് ചെയ്യുക, കോൺട്രാക്ടിങ് ഔട്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന കൺസെപ്റ്റ്. പിന്നെ ബ്യൂറോക്രസീന് മാർക്കറ്റ് ആയിരിക്കണം കൂടുതൽ അക്കൗണ്ടബിൾ ആയിരിക്കേണ്ട ബ്യൂറോക്രസീനെക്കാട്ടിൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഐഡിയ. പിന്നെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ ഏജന്റ് തിയറി അത് അഡ്വക്കേറ്റ്, അത് പറഞ്ഞൂടെ സാർ?
Yes, definitely principal agent. Definitely you should mention principal agent theory.
And institutional pluralism.
Yes, definitely institutional pluralism.
പിന്നെ സാർ മറ്റേ പാരേറ്റോ ഒപ്റ്റിമാലിറ്റി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന കൺസെപ്റ്റ്.
Yes, concept of Pareto optimality. That is also very good.
Sir, ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് മെയിൻ ആയിട്ട്.
Yes. When you write these kind of answer, very simple question, very direct question. When you are writing these kind of answers, remember one thing: you are going to bring up the important keywords. That is the only thing that is required here. For example, in the public choice theory, you are going to mention about the utility maximization, issues of utility maximization, how the choice is shifted to people, or institutional pluralism, institutional or governmental minimalism. You can mention about the minimal government, maximum governance, the concept of India, that can be mentioned, and also competition is there, principal agent theory is there. Just mention these ideas and how it improves the ideas, or how it undermines the concept of rowing and improves or promotes the concept of steering. Just give that. That is enough for answering this question, and how it efficiency and effectiveness is brought into the system. So start with defining public choice approach. Any of the idea, whether it is Tudlak or anyone, you can mention any of the idea related to public choice theory. You can mention some theories, and after that you are going to mention about the steering and rowing. That is through institutional pluralism, competition. You can mention about Navaratna, Mini Ratna, give examples such as that, similar to that, and try to focus on those kind of points. Right? Instead of giving a wide theoretical explanation, you are going to mention about the keywords and say that because of institutional pluralism, we are able to bring about more players, and through competition, the service provided by the providers become more and more efficient. That is it. Nothing other than this is required to answer this kind of question. Just add this point and definitely you can get a maximum marks out of these kind of questions. Am I clear? Any doubts? So that's it for today. Amal, any doubt?
Conclude എന്ന് പറയൂ.
Conclusion can be given in a forward facing thing that can be mentioned in such a way that the ideas of public choice theory was extended with NPM and finally modified and adopted in the new public services. The forthcoming theories can be mentioned in your conclusion. That is enough. Okay, then that's it for today. Thank you all. Tomorrow also we will continue the portions. We will discuss the new portions tomorrow. We will start with the next chapter and all. Do follow the meeting regularly. We can complete the topic by November 17th. So thank you all. We will see you again tomorrow. Thank you.